Welcome back to What Is. We live on a water planet, and yet the greatest migrations, the most ancient creatures, and the deepest mysteries often remain hidden beneath the surface. Today, we journey into the blue to meet a reptile that has sailed the world's oceans for over 100 million years. It's hard-shelled, slow-moving on dry land, bafflingly fast in the current, and perpetually looks like it's experiencing a profound moment of existential regret. What is a sea turtle? Simply put, a sea turtle is a marine reptile. Now, if you think of a turtle, you probably think of something small, something that might cross the road awkwardly. But the sea turtle is a specialist. It is the end product of a long evolutionary line that decided, you know what, land is fine, but the open ocean is where the real action is. They are close cousins to freshwater turtles and tortoises, but where a tortoise has thick columnar legs designed for trudging, and a land turtle, perhaps, has webbed feet for ponds, the sea turtle has committed fully to the submarine lifestyle. Every part of its anatomy screams efficiency. It is a living, breathing submersible. How do we know it's a sea turtle? Start with the shell. Unlike a lot of its terrestrial relatives, the sea turtle carapace, the fancy name for the dome, is streamlined. It's hydrodynamic, perfectly shaped like an inverted teardrop. It doesn't need a massive, high dome to protect it from eagles or hungry mammals on the savannah. It needs speed and minimal drag deep in the water column. And for the record, the old cartoon myth is true. They cannot leave their shell. It is not an accessory, it is their ribcage, their vertebrae, it is their skeleton, fused together and covered in protective bony plates known as scutes. This armor is their fortress, but it is also their permanent home address. Look at the locomotion. They don't have feet. They have paddles. These giant, powerful flippers are useless, truly clumsy, lumbering tools on the beach. But put that same animal in the water, and it transforms. The sea turtle doesn't swim so much as it flies through the water, gliding with silent, powerful strokes. It uses its large front flippers for thrust, and the smaller rear flippers for steering. They spend almost their entire lives in the water, only surfacing briefly to breathe air, or, in the case of the females, making that arduous, terrifying journey back to shore to nest. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, or perhaps the reptile in the ocean. Why do sea turtles look so sad? If you ever watch a turtle on the beach, it often appears to be weeping massive clear tears. This is the ultimate comedic moment of marine biology. That profound look of regret is just extremely efficient plumbing. Because sea turtles drink salt water, or, more accurately, they consume salt water through their food. They need a way to excrete the massive salt load without dehydrating. They have specialized glands, called salt glands, located right next to their eyes. These glands pump out the excess sodium chloride in highly concentrated tears. They are not crying because they miss their mother. They are crying because their kidneys simply outsourced the work. When we talk about the sea turtle, we are actually talking about 7 distinct, recognized species roaming the globe. They range massively in size and preference. On one end of the spectrum, you have the Kemp's Ridley, which is the smallest species, weighing in around 100 pounds. A light heavyweight, perhaps, and on the other end, you have the colossal outlier, the leatherback sea turtle. This is the undisputed champion. A fully grown leatherback can reach 6 feet in length and weigh over 1,500 pounds. The leatherback is so specialized and so massive, it's almost a different animal entirely. It doesn't even have a bony carapace covered in scutes. Its shell is tough, rubbery skin stretched over a mosaic of tiny bones. And here's the kicker. They are largely warm-blooded. They can maintain a core body temperature significantly higher than the freezing waters they often dive into, allowing them to hunt jellyfish in the frigid Arctic and Antarctic circles better than any other reptile. All 7 species share a deeply risky, monumental life cycle. A female will return to the very beach she was born on, a feat of navigation that still baffles scientists, to lay clutches of eggs, burying them safely away from the surf line. Once those tiny hatchlings emerge, generally under the veil of darkness, they face the most dangerous journey of their lives, the frantic, desperate sprint across the sand to the ocean. Predators wait everywhere. Survival rates are tragically low. Sometimes, only 1 in thousands makes it to adulthood. The lucky ones that survive will embark on incredible migrations, crossing entire ocean basins in search of feeding grounds. Some loggerheads recorded in the Pacific travel thousands of miles between Japan and Baja California. But after 100 million years of survival through ice ages and deep geological shifts, the sea turtle now faces its greatest challenge: us. All 7 species are listed as either threatened or endangered due to plastic pollution, habitat loss, and accidental capture in fishing gear. The sea turtle is more than just a shelled reptile. It is a vital indicator of ocean health. It is a time traveler, carrying the biology of the Cretaceous period into our modern, plastic-choked seas. Every time we look at a sea turtle, we are looking at a masterclass in adaptation. A creature that is perfectly designed for a world that it now desperately needs our help to survive in. And that is a sea turtle. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the natural world, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to What Is for more explorations into the things that make the world wonderful. Let us know in the comments, what sea creature should we define next? Until then, stay curious.